I'm going to tell you a story about something that happened with me some years ago that really, kind of inspired me to think like this. We have a guy in our church. He's a banker. At that time, he had a really, really high position in one of the banks in Moscow. Really wealthy man. And they got a son. And when the son was 1 year old, he threw a real big birthday party for him. He rented a restaurant in a famous hotel in Moscow and invited all kind of people. A lot of stars, singers from Russia. He knew a lot of famous people. And it was really fancy party. And then he invited me also as a pastor. And for me, it is such a treat to come to a place, be there, eat and drink and fellowship, don't having to say anything. That doesn't happen so often, actually, for me. So I was so happy, dressed up and went there with my wife, and we were eating. And then in the middle of this, this guy, he had ordered some entertainment. And they came in a clown, a professional clown, and he had beside him a man that was dressed as a monkey. And so they were supposed to do something funny. And can I get this tennis ball now? And then this clown, thank you. He took up a tennis ball like this and said, now we're going to do something. We're going to have a game here, and I'm going to challenge all you men. And then he take the tennis ball and he put it on the floor, and then he took a glass and put it over it. And he said like this, now we're going to take you one by one, and going to see if anyone you can turn the glass so fast so the ball stays inside. You understand? And I understood right away that's not possible, because no matter how fast you will turn the glass, the ball's going to bounce out. So, and then he said, and after you men have tried, then the monkey's going to try. So somehow, this monkey knew what we didn't know how this should be possible, and he will kind of, make a fool of the rest of us. So, okay. So, and then he said, who's going to be the first one? And all these people sitting there, they were rich bankers and singers and actors, and they didn't want to do a thing like this. So everybody looked down, He said, come on, who's going to be the first one? And then after a while, my wife said, come on, Matsula, you be the first one. And I said, never. Be quiet. For once in my life, I'm just here, not doing anything, not saying anything. And he kept on. And, my wife, the good Samaritan, she felt pity for the clown. So after a while, she said, take him. And I said, what are you doing? And I said, who are you? And he said, oh, this is the pastor. And the clown said, oh, the pastor. Oh, let's have the pastor coming up here. And I thought, okay, well, what? For the sake of everything, I'm going up, I'm going to turn the glass, and ball's going to bounce up, and then I'm going to sit down again. But you know something? When I came there and bowed down and touched that glass, something happened with me. Who wants a monkey to laugh at you? Come on, Who wants that? And when I touched that glass, I just felt all of the spirit of Joshua just coming right on me. And I thought, no one's going to laugh here. And I knew I have a second to figure this out. There is a way of doing it. The clown's going to do it. So I touched the glass and said, how? And it came to me. Bounce the ball. Of course. So I shook the glass. So the ball started to bounce. And I turned around the glass. And the ball was inside. And I kind of, without thinking what I was doing, I did like this. Yeah! And all the people, they were clapping. And then I turned to the clown. And he looked so sad. I was the first one. And I completely ruined his number, And he looked so serious. So he just took the glass from me and gave it to the monkey. And then the monkey did the same, but this was not fun any longer. And then they left. But I thought like this, that, I went down to sit down, and I felt ashamed, And when they passed me, this monkey, he just looked at me like this. But after I thought, they can blame themselves. They shouldn't have taken the pastor, right? They should have taken someone else, taken a banker or something. But when I came home, and it's like this sometimes in life, and things like this happen, you start to think. And I thought that's how it is. You don't know, But inside of you, there is a creative force. If the group stagnates, if you feel you don't get further, you have a place you can turn to. There's a well of life, unlimited life. What eyes have not seen, what ears have not heard, can come up in your heart.